He's Metal, he's Sonic, and he's been around since the very beginning. But is he coming to Sonic.EXE Simulator as a boss, a playable character, or maybe some sort of evil CHAO? We're gonna get into that, but first, if you guys could do me a big favor and hit that red subscribe button beneath this video, hit that like button, and let's get into this in 3, 2, 1. So for those of you that don't know who Metal Sonic is, he was a character created way back in the early 90s in a game called Sonic CD. In this game, he's under the control of Dr. Eggman, and he was sent back in time to change the past so that Eggman can rule the future. And later he kidnaps Amy, but we're not going to get into that. And he challenges Sonic to a race instead of like a, normal boss battle. And if Sonic doesn't reach the door in time, the door closes and then Eggman shoots Sonic with a death laser. So this Sonic Terminator is pretty strong. It's got super speed, super strength, it can fly, it's got some big old claws. Yeah, it's a pretty formidable bad guy. And Metal Sonic comes back again in a game called Triple Trouble. And in this game, his appearance is kind of short-lived because once they beat him, he just wanders off and isn't seen for the rest of the game. But then Metal Sonic comes back again a few years later in a game called Sonic the Fighters. And in this game, Metal Sonic is actually the last stage boss character. In this game, he's basically like Iron Man. He can shoot this beam from his chest, but he also borrows like certain moves from other playable characters. I mean, he can copy anybody's move. You guys know Taskmaster from Black Widow? Kind of like that. So after him and Eggman lose, they escape the Death Egg, and right before it explodes and heads back to the planet, another version called Mecha Sonic appears. But we're not gonna get into that in this video. And for the first time in the franchise, in a game called Sonic.EXE, Metal Sonic is actually playable. And what a lot of people didn't know is that Metal Sonic actually had a secret cameo in Sonic Adventure 1. He was resting inside this little stasis tube inside of one of Eggman's hideouts. And lastly, in Sonic Heroes, Metal Sonic is actually the main bad guy. After betraying Dr. Eggman and assuming his identity as a disguise, he copies the physical data and abilities of all the heroes. Not only does this like dramatically increase his power, but he could like turn into anybody. He becomes a shapeshifter. But enough of the backstory. I think you guys get that Metal Sonic's a pretty big deal. He's been around since the beginning. So back to the main question. Do I think that Metal Sonic is gonna be in Sonic Speed Simulator? And here's my answer. I would be absolutely shocked if Metal Sonic did not make an appearance in this game in some way, shape, or form. Whether that be he's a playable character, or a boss fight, which I talked about in my last video, or maybe just some random animatronic dude standing in the corner like in FNAF. And I mean, come on, who doesn't want to have an evil Iron Man clone in the game? So anyways, guys, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think Metal Sonic is going to be in this game, or do you think there's no way that's going to happen? I'd love to hear your thoughts. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Make sure you guys hit that red subscribe button underneath this video, hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video.